Number 1. The Kraken. The Kraken was a massive sea creature said to lurk off the coasts of Norway and Greenland, large enough to be mistaken for an island. Sailors described it as having enormous tentacles capable of pulling entire ships beneath the waves. The legend likely grew from real encounters with giant squid, animals that can reach lengths of over 40 feet but were rarely seen alive until modern times. What made the Kraken unique was how thoroughly it blended fact and exaggeration, since sailors who spotted strange shapes in deep water had little way to identify what they were actually seeing. Number 2. The unicorn. The unicorn was widely believed to be a real animal throughout much of ancient and medieval history, described as a horse-like creature with a single spiraled horn. Early accounts, including those from Greek writers, treated it as an exotic beast living in distant lands like India. Much of this belief was reinforced by the trade of narwhal tusks, which were sold in Europe as genuine unicorn horns and valued for supposed healing powers. What makes the unicorn stand out is how a real animal, the narwhal, unintentionally kept a mythical one alive for centuries. Number 3. The Basilisk. The Basilisk was described in ancient texts as a serpent king capable of killing with a single glance or breath. It was said to be born from a rooster's egg and was considered one of the deadliest creatures known to exist. Belief in the basilisk likely grew from real encounters with venomous snakes, whose bites could kill quickly and without obvious cause. Its uniqueness lies in how much power was attributed to it, despite so few people ever claiming to see one directly. Number 4. The Griffin. The griffin was believed to be a real creature with the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle, said to guard treasure in remote mountain regions. Ancient historians wrote about griffins as though they were confirmed animals living in Central Asia. Some researchers now think the legend may have started with travelers discovering dinosaur fossils, particularly Protoceratops skeletons, in areas along ancient trade routes. What makes the griffin distinct is this possible link between paleontology and mythology, long before fossils were properly understood. Number 5. The Sea Serpent. The sea serpent was reported by sailors across many cultures, described as an enormous snake-like creature moving through open water, sometimes rising above the surface in coils. Sightings were especially common in the waters off Scandinavia and New England during the 18th and 19th centuries. Many of these reports likely came from real animals such as oarfish, which are long, ribbon-shaped fish that can grow over 20 feet in length. What makes the sea serpent unique is how consistently different cultures, often with no contact with one another, described very similar creatures. Number 6. The Mermaid. The mermaid was believed to be a real being for centuries, described as half human and half fish, living along coastlines and luring sailors with song. Stories of mermaids appear in cultures ranging from ancient Greece to West Africa to Japan. Many historians believe sightings were often manatees or dugongs, animals that can appear human-like from a distance, especially to sailors who had been at sea for long stretches. What makes the mermaid distinctive is how emotionally powerful the legend became, tied closely to loneliness, longing, and the dangers of the sea. Number 7. The Yeti. The Yeti was believed to be a large ape-like creature living in the high mountains of the Himalayas, often linked to unexplained footprints found in the snow. Local folklore in Nepal and Tibet described it long before Western explorers began searching for physical evidence. Expeditions in the 20th century brought global attention to the legend, with mountaineers reporting strange tracks at extreme altitudes. What makes the Yeti unique is how closely tied it became to real exploration, appearing in the accounts of well-documented climbing expeditions rather than distant folklore alone. Number 8. The Chupacabra. The Chupacabra was believed to be a blood-drinking creature responsible for mysterious livestock deaths, first reported in Puerto Rico during the 1990s. Witnesses described it in different ways, sometimes as reptilian, sometimes as dog-like, which made the creature difficult to pin down. Many investigators later linked reported sightings to coyotes or dogs suffering from mange, a condition that causes severe hair loss and skin damage. What makes the Chupacabra stand out is how quickly the legend spread using modern media, unlike older myths that took generations to travel. Number 9. The Dragon. Dragons were believed to be real creatures across many ancient cultures, described as enormous reptilian beings capable of flight and, in some traditions, breathing fire. Chinese, European, and Middle Eastern cultures each developed their own versions, often independently of one another. Some historians suggest that the discovery of large fossilized bones belonging to dinosaurs or other extinct animals helped inspire these widespread beliefs. What makes the dragon unique is its presence in nearly every major civilization, despite those civilizations having little to no contact with each other. Number 10. The Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster was believed to be a large aquatic creature living in a deep freshwater lake in Scotland, first gaining widespread attention in the 1930s. Descriptions often resembled a long-necked reptile, leading some to compare it to a surviving plesiosaur from the age of dinosaurs. The lake's dark, peat-stained water made visibility poor, which allowed sightings to remain unresolved for decades. What makes this creature distinct is how a single body of water became the center of ongoing scientific expeditions and public fascination. Number 11. The Wendigo. The Wendigo was believed among Algonquian-speaking peoples to be a malevolent spirit or creature associated with winter, starvation, and extreme cold. It was often described as gaunt, tall, and deeply connected to isolation in harsh northern wilderness. The legend served a practical purpose, reinforcing warnings against selfishness and cannibalism during times of famine. What makes the Wendigo unique is how tightly the belief was woven into survival lessons, rather than existing purely as a frightening story. Number 12. The Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil was believed to be a winged, horse-headed creature living in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, with stories dating back to the 18th century. Local legend claimed it was born as the 13th child of a struggling family and transformed into a monster shortly after birth. Widespread panic occurred in 1909, when numerous residents across the region reported sightings within the same short period of time. What makes the Jersey Devil unique is how a single regional folktale grew into a documented moment of mass public fear.